Man, to be honest with you, I always say I'm so grateful for that opportunity because I wasn't raised to become a part of the entertainment industry. Like, my family, like, people sing for fun, and my grandma loves music, but there was nobody that ever did this professionally. And I came from a place where it wasn't like I came from LA or New York where there was people around you that were trying to make it, and it was kind of like people actually had a chance or a shot at success. Like, I came from Miami, like, completely Cuban family. Like, we immigrated from Cuba when I was like 6 years old, and there was really nobody thought that there was like a plausible like shot or chance at having success. I always kind of looked at that as like a very far away thing. And when the X Factor came close to Miami, because the auditions were in North Carolina, it was my 15th birthday, and I wasn't going to have a quinceañera, so I asked my mom instead if her present would be for me to, for her to drive up with me to audition. And I actually auditioned because I was like a huge fan of One Direction at the time, and I was like obsessed with them, and they had uploaded a video on YouTube where they were giving tips to audition for X Factor USA. And so I just had like 5 seconds of bravery, and so I auditioned, and I didn't make it. They chose me as an alternate. And so for 2 days, I was like right about to go audition, and they would tell me, oh no, it's like you can't audition, like you might as well just go home. I had my whole family there, and they were like, we don't want to, have you keep getting disappointed. You might as well just go home. And I was like, no, just give me a shot, whatever. And so I ended up auditioning because they saw like how badly I wanted it and how persistent I was. It's a Cuban thing. And and so I got to audition, and then I got 4 yeses, went to boot camp, didn't make it, and was put into my group. And I was so stoked. I was so excited that it wasn't over, because I wanted to just keep going on that journey. It was like so new and exciting to me, and I was like a kid in a candy store. I think, to be honest with you, that's how I found the me in there, because I think that creativity and me writing in hotel bathrooms for the whole time that we were touring became a necessity. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of myself I found through making art and making my songs. That's kind of how I found my voice. And being in a group where we didn't necessarily write our songs, and it wasn't necessarily representative of us individually, it was kind of like the group identity. Like I always say, like, Fifth Harmony is kind of a character or a person outside all of us. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we would all make different styles of music, and individually we are totally different than what we represent in the group. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's so cool. I hadn't even thought about that. But it's like, when I look back on my laptop and all the songs that I'd written, I can literally see the evolution of like when I was 15, like when I wrote about having my first kiss, when I wrote about my first heartbreak and disappointment in a friendship with somebody. You know what I mean? Like, I have like a soundtrack to listen to when I'm super old of like how I felt like during all these times in my life, which is really cool.
Do you feel connected to that music still? Like, do you feel like you'll want to put that music into the world so that your fans will understand the journey that you've been on?
Some of them. I mean, there are definitely some songs that I'm like, yikes. You know what I mean?
I think everyone who writes feels that way. I look back on, anything I did when I was 15 is mortifying, but you're 19, so you're a little closer to it.
Oh my God, no, yeah. But there are definitely some lines that I'm like, cringe. There are definitely some that I still think are cool, and I would totally use. And if not some, then there's definitely concepts of some. Yeah, but some of those are definitely going to have to be tweets, girl, because damn. I was like, why don't you text me back? I'm actually not on, like, even though I tweet and I go on social media and I post, I don't go on it as much as I used to because I'm a Pisces and I'm too sensitive for that. Like, if I see one comment, I'll just, like, be thinking about it for a long time, and
Girl, I feel you.
Oh my God, I can't handle that. It's like, it's hard enough for anybody to figure out, like, who they are, and, that kind of coming of age and realizing who you are and what you stand for, and it's hard to do that with 1,000 opinions in your head.